Inside Hilltopper Athletics is brought to you by Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration. Here's your host, Lynn.
Welcome to Inside Hilltopper Athletics. Today we're joined by head cross-country track and field guru, head coach Jason Falvo. Coach, you were with us on air a little over a month ago. You've been actively involved in the indoor season. So just catch us up. What's going on with men and women's track and field?
Sure. I think we've had a pretty productive early part to the spring semester and the indoor season. We've been able to accomplish a few records we've been able to break and really position ourselves in a good spot for next week with conference championships. So excited about the progress. There's a lot of work to be done, but we're doing pretty good.
So fill us in here a little bit. The indoor season, how often do your athletes run? Is it a meet every week? Is it every other week? Kind of tell us what the scheduling philosophy is and then how that pans out.
Sure. And we talked previously, there's different components, so a little bit different for each component. But as a general theme, we came back from Christmas break, took that first week with our running athletes, kind of waited a week and competed the second week, where immediately coming back, we took our throwers to go get some actual work in. And really, once we got to week 2 of the school semester, we've been having meets every week. And we want to continue to compete every week. The indoor season, with where our conference championship is a little bit shorter than most. So we want to take advantage of every opportunity. So for the most part, everybody's competed every week that we've been back.
So talk a little bit, if you read hilltoppersports.com, go to track and field. It seems like every week there's new records being set. So tell us a little bit, anybody you want to emphasize or share with us that have set marks.
Yeah, I think we have a couple athletes that are re-breaking their own records and putting them in a place that I think is really going to be hard to reach for somebody else that's coming. Mekhi Anderson right now is sitting 18th in the NCAA in the 60-meter hurdles with his time of 8.00. He has continued to get better this year, thus breaking his own 60-meter record as he progressed. Same with Hunter Patterson in the 60-meter dash and the 200-meter dash. He set those records last year. He's improving upon himself this year, continuing to set them. Sierra Lanham on the female side in the 60 and the 200. She shattered her 200-meter indoor record just this weekend by over half a second. Is very close to breaking her own 60-meter record inside. And has done really well for herself in this indoor season. We took down a couple records that I would say were easy gets in the 4x2 and the 500-meter record over the past couple weeks. But those three, in terms of Mekhi Anderson, Hunter Patterson, and Sierra Lanham, are really doing some things that are really special right now.
Well, when fill us in a little bit. The MEC does conduct indoor championships, which I believe the men won last year and women got second.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Correct.
So tell us when the indoor championships are, and then tell us a little bit about your thoughts. In basketball, football, we're scouting opponents, not that you're scouting, but you've got to be aware of the other team. So first and foremost, when is the indoor championships?
Yeah, they'll be next weekend, February 16 and 17 at Marshall University. And our projection right now, I feel like our guys team is in a pretty good spot. Charleston has been doing a fantastic job. Coach Bias is doing a great job with his program. And they're really the leader on the men's side for sure. We're in that second spot as it sits today. With Frostburg and a couple other schools nipping at us, but we sit in that 1 or 2 spot pretty good right now on the men's side. On the women's side, we're going to succumb to a little bit of injury that's going to hurt us a little bit this indoor season. We're missing Hannah Kemp and the defending indoor champion Jayla Walker in the high jump, the runner-up and Mara Pendergrass this indoor season. So we're going to be in the middle of the pack a little bit on the ladies' side. Due to some injury, and then we'll see how we rebound for outdoor. So individually, I think we'll do some really, really good things. We are top 2 or 3 in a ton of events, so some good individual success on both sides, and we'll see where the team part plays out for us.
How many teams have compete indoors in the championships?
10, I do believe. 10 teams will be there for us.
And then outdoor starts when?
Outdoor will start essentially the week after spring break for us. Our first scheduled meet is March 17th. We'll go to West Virginia. Indoor nationals is over our spring break. So as much as we finish the regular season or conference championship next week, it's about a 2-week window. Then it'd be nationals, come back from spring break, and then we'll start outdoor in the early March window.
Kind of lay out what you need to do to get to the national. That's based on qualifying.
It is, yeah.
Times, heights, distances.
Yeah, indoor and outdoor are similar, and in that where you meet the provisional standards. So there's a mark that you have to hit to even be considered to go to the nationals at all. Once you hit that provisional mark, then they take the top 18 essentially for indoor, and then they'll take the top 20, 22 for outdoor. So you're trying to hit that provisional mark, yes, but then you're also trying to make sure you're up in the rankings high enough to get accepted in. So there's a maximum number of athletes that the NCAA will take to the championships, and so you gotta kind of figure that out. So usually top 18 will get you in.
Here's a weird question for you. What advantages? I think most baseball and softball coaches will tell you warm weather schools have an advantage in that sport because they can be outside practicing.
Sure.
Does that stay the same for track?
It does. I think when you're in the winter season, especially up here in the north, where you can practice during those cold days really matter. So for us, we're fortunate enough to have a facility in the ASRC that has some running area for us that we can train. We are at an advantage in the indoor season as compared to the other schools. All of us would rather be outside, 60, 70 degrees and sunny, just living the good life, maybe somewhere down in the Carolinas. But up here in the north, we're inside. It's great. We're actually going to go outside today. It's warm enough. But there's definitely an advantage if you can train appropriately, and we certainly have that here.
Well, thanks for coming on and kind of catching us up
Sure.
on your program. And again, congratulations on the number of records that you've broken. We are wishing you all the best and all the luck that we can possibly give you.
Thank you.
So go, I would say, down and over to Marshall and make us all proud.
I appreciate it, Coach. Thanks for having me.
All right, that wraps up this edition of Inside Hilltopper Athletics. Again, we were joined by head coach Jason Falvo today, and we'll have him back on and catch up again in a couple weeks.
Sounds great. Thank you.